Speaking of tariffs, tourists from countries that have been hardest hit by the US tariffs are avoiding the country. Now, that is according to Travago, multinational metropolis that we are. What are we seeing here in the UAE? We're very pleased to be joined by Emily Jenkins. She is the Head of Product and Digital Solutions at DW Travel. Emily, good morning.
Good morning, Brandy.
What are we seeing in terms of outbound travel to the US?
Sure. So to give you a bit of context to the numbers, at DW Travel, we're a corporate travel management company that manages the business travel for both government and private entities as well as individuals for leisure holidays. So we're seeing at the moment that the US year to date, so since January, is our number 7th most popular destination. That comes after India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, the UK, Saudi Arabia, and then the US. And we're seeing that overall across both corporate and leisure, we're up about 17%.
To the US?
Yes.
Okay, so what's your theory that we're moving in the opposite direction?
So we can see for corporate that a lot of this is being driven by larger groups and events. So people travelling to things like the Ryder Cup later on in the year, South by Southwest, or other business meetings. And then with leisure, we are seeing that we have had a bit of an increase. I think it's about 17% for leisure travel across the summer.
Was the Trump visit, the visit not just from the US president, but a number of massive AI players and tech players as well, reassuring to businesses on the tariff front, do you think?
I mean, I would think so in terms of the amount of the time and the attention that it got. We have, interestingly, had quite a few visits over the last couple of weeks from hotels from Washington, D.C. specifically that have said that they are expecting there to be an increase of traffic from this region and wanted to obviously come out and speak to us first before to try and encourage some more of that coming their way.
Okay, well, when we are talking about the reactions of the US tourism industry, if we are travelling into the US and some other major source markets, there are a lot of Canadians, there are a lot of people in Mexico, aren't travelling. Is the US tourism industry responding to that? Are we seeing them ramp up in terms of targeting this region?
Yeah, so there's significant investment at the moment from tourism boards such as Beverly Hills, Visit California, even Meet Boston. They are investing. We've seen them investing in the industry in terms of paid media campaigns, familiarisation trips for industry professionals. So we definitely are seeing that. That's an encouraging sign for us.
How easy is it or not to get a visa at the moment?
So I would say that if anything is impacting travel to the US at the moment, it's still the delays around US visa appointments. So I believe that it's still the earliest appointments you can get are about mid-2026.
Okay, so that's not a last-minute destination. What should we do over Eid then?
No, definitely not. Interestingly, also this year we have seen that travel has, people booking in advance has really pushed out. So we were seeing summer holiday bookings for as early as Q1 this year, which for this region is quite unusual.
For the States or for anywhere?
For anywhere. So whether that was Europe or Asia or the US, but definitely we've seen it pull further back.
Okay, let's dig into that a little bit more. What are we? How big a shift? What are we talking?
So we actually did a survey recently of our customers, and we saw that about 40% have said that they've already booked their summer holidays. And as I said, from our data, we could see that was early as January, February. And then we had 30% saying they hadn't booked yet, and 30% saying they weren't travelling over summer.
Okay.
So I think a lot of that is, from what we've seen, I believe a lot of that is being driven also by people being concerned about the cost and wanting to find a good deal, make sure that they've booked far enough in advance to take advantage of that.
Okay, so the 40% that have booked, concerns about cost, the 30% that aren't booking, possibly the same?
Yeah, possibly, trying to see if they could get a good deal. I mean, I think traditionally we've always seen that the bulk of our bookings come in to book and travel within that 2-week to 30-day period before departure. one of my theories about it is I think because of where we're located, we have direct flights to almost everywhere, a huge amount of airports, a lot of access, a lot of airlift, that we probably have the opportunity to be a bit more last minute than some other markets.
Okay, you're not putting together some incredible race across the planet taking 4 connecting flights.
We are definitely seeing that those that are cost conscious at the moment are taking a stop on the way past.
Can I ask a question on this? Because
Sure.
you're both Kiwis, and picking up on your comments there, Emily.
Yes.
I heard you talking about comparing Dubai with, say, New Zealand, where you're from. Where getting anywhere is a major logistical challenge.
Yes, it's true. I mean, that's 100% true.
But it is true.
Yeah. So I think, especially post-COVID as well, we've seen that in New Zealand, the amount of airlift in and out of New Zealand is down considerably from where it was. But it is, to get anywhere, you have to fly via Australia or Asia generally. There are some direct flights across to the US, but there's not as many options as there are from here.
Yeah, I mean, no one's setting up a GoFundMe for Emily and myself, but you have to stop at least once. That's pretty much a given, even if it's just a small sort of refuelling, grab a coffee at Melbourne Airport and hop back on stop. And then when you land in the country, if you're me, you're either driving 5 hours down country or 4.5 up country or taking another flight internally, and those aren't cheap.
No. It's never less than a good solid day's travel to get anywhere.
But the good thing about the ones in country is they're on tiny planes, so small that I've made jokes before, and literally I swear that the cabin crew at the front are laughing because they can hear you.
Yes.
We digress. So summer, if we are booking earlier, are we booking to different places? If it's a saving money thing, are you seeing changes in where people are going?
We have seen a big shift this year with customers heading to Asia. So a lot more bookings to, like Thailand, Malaysia, Bali have been popular. Again, I think some of that is driven by visa requirements. Again, we're still having lags with Schengen visas as well. But I do think cost is definitely a factor. We have seen South Africa is incredibly popular this year, more so than it has been previously. But we still definitely are seeing the drive for Europe and the US for summer, as we usually do.
20 minutes left with you. These early bookings, are we going for longer? Are we maxing out how much we get?
Yes, so a couple of the interesting things we've seen is people looking to maybe save money to go home to the UK, is that they're booking on a low-cost carrier into a European destination, staying for 4 or 5 days and then flying on to the UK, and finding that the cost of that actually is about the same as a direct flight. So that is definitely adding a little bit more time. But we are seeing people go on those bigger, longer trips, the 3 to 4 week as opposed to the 1 to 2. And, this summer we don't have any of the Eid breaks crossing over either. So,
Emily Jenkins, Head of Product and Digital Services, the person we turn to understand what's happening in travel from DW Travel.